Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians, as the long black train goes rattling on by. Nicholas Anthony Tockert coming at you over the airways on WNTF, Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That is indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. If you are looking to join their number and have a place where you are secured in being part of a community, or you want to shop small and actually support the people who are trying to make it out there, as the price of eggs does not fluctuate in a downward fashion and sanity hemorrhages out the window, you can by joining indiecd.org and using secret code podcast1. We are also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of our ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. True facts, right now, one of my students is teaching the art to others, and I couldn't be more proud. As well as the Big Stompy Robots line of books and games, which you will be able to visit and play at the upcoming IndieCD.con. Early this March, the 8th, March 8th, so the second Saturday in March, because March is starting this year up on the Saturday the 1st. So we're only a few weeks away from that. In fact, starting Monday, I'll be basically pushing that left, right, and center to remind you guys that it's all there and reaching out to radio stations. And yes, I am being serious. I've been making plans, y'all. Now, as a other reminder, and it's because it's the one I have a nice little thing for, a dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. This feeds us right into our accountability. And my accountability is yesterday. Yesterday was my game day at the library, which means I was setting up and prepping for a game for 8 to 12 teenagers and teenagers. the Benton County Public Library, I had a very good turnout. On the off chance someone who wasn't there is watching, you are missed, kiddo. Reach out. On the off chance that some of the people who were there are watching and don't admit it, hi guys. You all did very well. I'm very proud of you. Now, beyond that, there was some artwork done. I have had a very strange request, so I will be doing an art commission in the near future, which may lead me to actually getting onto some of my lost project files and trying to find / set up again my merch store, because there has been a request for a St. Fafo shirt. My beloved nephew Georgie has requested the St. Fafo shirt with the explanation of what Fafo stands for on the back. So I may have to do some merch design and pick a company to actually run it through. We shall see. If I start doing that and they allow me multiple designs, my problem is most companies will only allow you multiple products but a single design. And let's be honest, I have far too many things that need to be on mugs and t-shirts and such that method would be any way, shape, or form just. So I have to find a different medium. Working on it. I will accept advice. And I just want to say I am 69 comments behind on a Friday morning, and that's nice. Beyond that, there was some light working, organizing on a couple of my projects, whole lot of cleaning, and a whole lot of me doing my primary job of applied dadding. So all that's going on. We also have some interesting news in that many of you may know this, but I am something of an old school country fan. I love Western music. And yes, there is a difference between country and Western. Yes, it is still a genre that deserves to exist. And today, and I woke up this morning, I'm not in any way, shape, or form sponsored or affiliated. But when something brings me this much joy, I am going to bring it up to my friends and people. There's a gentleman by the name of Thomas Mack who does reels and things. It's the Take This Song But Make It Country. You may have heard of him. Well, he did a prequel asking the question, where did the first ghostwriter in the sky come from? This is not a parody. This is not a, joke song or a mockery or anything weird like that. It is just what I would call old-fashioned, dyed-in-the-wool country gold. So look that up. Look up Thomas Mack, Ghostwriters in the Sky. It's been out like less than 24 hours, and while he doesn't have a video for it on YouTube, the lyric people, the people who do the lyric videos, 2 of them have already cropped up, and one of them 18 hours ago. So I am genuinely impressed at the speed in which they managed to get that done. So, a little bit of an earworm. If you don't like country, don't hate on me about it. I am incredibly polyamorous. There is something I like that you like, and I'm sure there is a lot of stuff I like that you don't. I still have homesick feelings for polka music, because if you've ever been to the lovely town of Michigan City, Indiana, and you happen to be somewhere like, say, the Taco Bell, and hear the Michigan City radio station at noon. It's noon on a Saturday in Michigan City, and you know what that means. It's polka time. You just have to delight in the absurdity. So, that's about as much accountability as I want to throw at you guys. Other than it is a beautiful, misty, foggy kind of day. It is currently above freezing and raining. It is a great time, if you have the means and opportunity, to wander aimlessly, looking for the bagpipes which you cannot find. And with that little bit of cryptic with a C, in this case, the bagpipe player would be far more of a cryptid than anything you could accuse me of, although I remember who she was. I just can't grab her name offhand. I'm going to say, let's listen to what Joe has to say, and then we'll get into your comments. Alrighty, folks, let's just get going through these comments because I know I'm a little chill today. I was up incredibly late listening to incredibly good music and doing far too many drills. The fact that I am not a twitching mass of agony tells me I'm doing better than I expected, but then again, the weather has shifted to being rainy and miserable when most people suffer, and I am in my natural environment, being the fact that I may or may not be a mossy-backed creature that believes that heaven lies somewhere between Washington and California. As one of my oldest t-shirts used to say before it finally died. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Happy Friday, Joe Bachman. Joe is working his butt off trying to learn new coding techniques to help the construction field and then do great things with it for himself. Hopefully very profitable things. It is my dream that Joe's stuff gets discovered and then he becomes obscenely wealthy and, makes enough money to forget about his furry little pal Grover over here. But, hey, Joe. I love that picture. However, why is she holding a wine goblet and only showing 2 beer casts? Because my hand hurt. My hand hurt and I got tired. That picture was done and then redone after some issues, and my hand got tired. So I'm like, this is enough for a Friday. I can revisit it later. Sometimes you gotta submit the D is for done and get the contract finished. I do actually want to revisit that one when I have time because I'd love to do it in a more classical style. Still making, her, a furry cat girl, but I'd like to revisit that with some more time. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Carl Witzman. And contrary to my FB post, I did not come over and start posting at 4 a.m. I was a good boy. I must be sick. Yes, Carl, you're a very good boy. Maybe I can get Auntie Tani to give you head pats for a change. Although we all know that when you show up, she's just going to be like, because she does know you. No. And if she doesn't, she will. Hey, Witsman dude. A nap will occur between the green room, I'm sure. Oh, today is a day made for napping. Oh my gosh, if today stays like it looks right now, today is a day made for napping. You know, you all are very lucky that I didn't just come on, say, nope, and duck out. It may have been considered. Hey, Donna. Morning, all. Hey, Trey and Joe, if he's still there. Joe is always here. He is always watching. Joe is in the Matrix and aware of the Matrix. Perhaps the Matrix is Joe. You'll never know, but it does explain why when I eat certain Chinese food, there is effects. And if I look up, I see Japanese characters for a chicken soup recipe just dripping down reality. Anyway, yep, I got called to visit an oracle once, and when I went in, there was just a guy dressed up like Zathras who said, "Not the one, not the one." Now that is crossing some serious sci-fi streams. Bonus points to get that. I was considering posting when I first came down here at 6:30 a.m., but I decided to be good too. You are a good boy, Joe. You get an extra cookie. And getting myself more coffee now. I would love to have some coffee right about now. But we have a lot of calcium in our water, so our coffee maker occasionally turns into a brick, and the whole house has to smell like vinegar. So then there's this whole, don't you want pickles? You can have pickles. I'm going for the sauerkraut, and we'll just have a good time. Gall. I am Germanic genetics, but Luxembourgese stock. I am, likely, and there may be some more evidence to it picked up soon, a member of the Luxembourgeois, if you will. Hey, Trey. Morning. Good morning. Good morning, Foxy. Good morning, Dan. How are you feeling? Not great, but not too badly. Hey, Foxy and Dan. Morning. So I'm glad to hear from Dan. I'm glad to hear from Foxy. I'm glad to hear from everybody. I just want to knock through some of these before I drop the next commercial. We have to take the dog to the vet this morning, so I have to be functional. Well, I'm sorry you have to go to the vet, but functional on a morning like this isn't necessarily a bad thing, Mr. Hollifield. And sounds about right, Dan. I caught a tummy bug on top of my cough. Though I feel a bit better. Though I feel a bit better today than yesterday. Hoping it's just a 24-hour bug. Oh ho! Just routine, I hope. And gentle hugs for all. Good morning. And we got greetings and morning thesis. And we got more greetings and getting things ready to conjure dawn. She may be sleeping in. I've been experimenting with Audacity to generate tones to imitate a squeak. So far, I've only managed to annoy the cats. Because you couldn't just record the squee, make it into an audio file, and then pass it around as a media asset for us to be able to hit the button. That would be an inconceivable thing. Hey, Thesis and Foxy's giggles, and there is no imitation of the squee. I'm with the cat. Hypersonics hurt my ears. Foxy, and dog whistles do suck. I almost slugged one of my best friends because she did not believe me that at the time I could hear dog whistles. So she thought it would be funny to sneak up behind me in line and blow a dog whistle at max volume directly behind my head where I couldn't see it. I did not spinning back fist her. I did go down clutching my ears. She went, holy, you can. Yes, I could at that time. I don't know if I still can, and I don't care to find out. Bo claimed the lap and one arm, so I won't be typing much. Trey, my dear, I have no offense if you are typing one-handed watching my show. I will not be bothered at all. Let's see, which leaves them out as a training tool for me. LOL. I'm sorry, because it circles it. I took that completely wrong. Oh my gosh, it is way too early. Oh, wow. Wow, is it too early? Oh my, I'm sorry, Foxy. I, um, so yeah, we're going to run Foxy's ad while I try to keep myself from turning vermilion. Uh, because as I recall, Foxy is wears if you have coin.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at indcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Whew. One thing, advice from an old swordmaster you may take or leave. Be very cautious what playlists you use when you are doing your drills. While I am not sore this morning, the level of I could just slip right into a nap is dangerous. And I will probably be munching little peanut butter dipped chocolate granola bar thingies during the breaks. So if at some point I have to go, vroom, 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 I am okay. Now, where are we? Aw. And we're just going to keep on trucking because you guys didn't think what I thought. Accountability. Charcoal is almost forgiving me for accidentally knocking her off the newel in the dark last night. Hey, it's a black cat in the dark and I need the railing to go downstairs. I can't hear the word newel or read it without seeing Clark Griswold going, thump, 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 thump. Fix the newel post. Hey, a kitty. We used to have tornado drills in the school. The alarm was just a constant tone. I would hum just a semitone down from it, which set up sympathetic vibrations that annoyed everyone in class. I heard the phrase sympathetic vibrations, and I wonder, way out there, how my old friend and, fencer Jody is doing these days. There are reasons for that. I'm not going to say them here, but there's associations in my filing system. I hope she is well. Anyway, it's fun being too smart for one's good sometimes. I don't know what you're talking about. 1 minute warning, which means I'm only about a half hour behind, which means I'm right on schedule. Don't forget to like and share, folks. Thank you, Donna. Hey, Nick. How you doing? It's a dark, misty movie. Dark, misty movie. It's a dark, misty morning. You ought to cuddle down with somebody and watch some old black and white movies. Something with dames and 38 calibers. Got 2 slugs in me. One's from a 38. The other's from the bottle of whiskey I keep in my drawer. Doom, da, doom, da, doom, da, doom, da. Here we are for another tale of life and death in Gotham City. And if you have access to Max or the ability to acquire Batman the Audio Adventures, yes, do so. I've only a bit through the second season before my glitch with Max means I have to talk to my beloved nephew Georgie. But the second season is very Harley relevant. And yes, delightful. It feels like they took a cross between, like, I'd say Batman the Brave and the Bold and like a Tim Burton / modern Batman to give you the era and the stylings. And good morning, Josh Kemp. Dawn's not here, so I will greet you properly. Anyway, watching Calvin give my cigar the stink eye. Carl, I messaged you an item I saw that made me think of you, and I messaged it to your lovely wife, who told me to message it to you. Check it out. It might replace what you're missing in that field of advance. I cannot condone or suggest the use of tobacco products because I don't, but I can condone the use or carrying of pocket knives, which I do. So you might want to look into that. Hey, Josh, I remember tornado drills and such. I remember warnings and people freaking out. I'm over here like, it's on the other side of the county, like 30 miles away. You're fine. I've been through 2 of them at school. One, I was in elementary school, and it was across the street. We were fine. The corn was not, but we were fine. They immediately said it didn't happen. The other time, I was on campus. Oh, wait, no, there were 3, because I was 2 on campus. And one, I was in my car during. And they say, get out of your car if you're in a tornado. And usually I suppose that's the right thing. However, judging by the debris, I figured my car was better insulated for impact than I was. And it already woke me up from my nap, so I just let it go. Because it was rude enough to wake me up from my nap. Especially after making the nap so good, because the car was gently rocking. And, the wind was going... So I had this lovely dream of being down on the Oregon coast at a beach that most people don't know exists. And if you see someone on the horizon, well, shoot, it's gotten crowded. But the other time is another story for not on the air, because it sort of climaxed in other people finding out that I have a proclivity for the acquisition of fire extinguishers when so desperately needed. However, hey, Carl, we got greetings from Trey's. Greetings. Come on, everybody's happy to see each other. And what, Foxy, not all of us have the power, can call up the power of a dust devil to allow us to fly. Start calling you Storm. Not all of us, but some of us have. We just don't talk about it as much, because that was an event that didn't happen. Love tornado drills would be in between 2 girls. Gah! Well, Josh, that's great. LOL. What I want to know is, why aren't we weaponizing and distributing the desks that we had in the 80s? Because apparently, if you could get under a desk that we had in the 80s, you could survive a nuclear blast. You could survive a tornado overhead, an earthquake. Basically, anything could be solved by hiding under the desk. I will say, however, the ones that have the metal bucket, if you ever find a little plastic ring with 8 little cups in it that you want to clean out to use for modeling purposes, because you don't know what it's for, and one of those cups has white material at the bottom, do not find the proper gauge of stick and try to scrub that white material off with your hands inside that desk while you're ignoring math class, because it will sound like your desk exploded. And as you fly back and land on your back from said explosion with the puff of sulfur-smelling smoke coming out of your desk, and as the said ring flies quickly through the air unseen to land in the heatilator, thus leaving no evidence to what caused it behind, people look at you funny and ask how you got a desk to explode. Third grade was an interesting time in my life. Giggles, as you should. That's funny. And let's see, LOL. It was fun, though. Probably still do it again if I got the chance. Give it time. The climate, she's a changing. Y'all peeved off Mama Earth, and she's going to kick all our butts. It's the end of the world. No, it's the end of humanity. The world will carry on. Finally, over that crud I had, rock on. That train going by must have sprayed tranquilizer as it was going by. He's calm, and he's in the calm personality. First off, I grew up near another set of train tracks. Not quite as near as I am here. But on days like this and nights like this, when the fog was coming low through the woods and up from the bogs, and everything was still, but the stars hung overhead, you'd hear that train whistle echoing through the valley. And if you woke up to that lonesome long sound, you knew as a little guy, everything was going to be all right. So yeah, that's the good stuff, my friends. Hey, Nick. Hey, Dan. Good to hear Josh. Hello, Ann Stevens. Good to hear from you. Hi. Hey, Ann. Good morning. Good morning, Dawn. How are you? Dawn is the person behind her fanciful felines, one of which I have again done artwork this time to the thumbnail, which hopefully you all saw. You can hear their misadventures. And she is the person behind and we have, where are we? No, we have a comment dump, so we can deal with that. Shock, I didn't expect that comment to be there. Where are we? Bum, 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 bum. Hey, books, coffee, and I agree with all of that, Ann. That is the way to live. Hi, folks. Hey, Ann. Morning, Ann. My 5th grade teacher was the Polka King of Minnesota. Wait. Really? Did you know Kevin McAllister, too? No, hi, Ann. Oh, hi, Dawn. I want to hear an alternate version of the Sultans of Swing where they have to go up to Minnesota and play polka. Dawn, we got greetings for Dawn because everybody loves Dawn. I like polka music. At least it's fun music. Fun people, too. And I will do some harm for some homemade pierogies. I am not particularly Polish to the best of my knowledge, but I do love some Polish food. You know what's in that sausage? Dead animal inside of other dead animal, and it's tasty. Go away. Hello, one and all. Hello, Omniversal. How are you doing, Damien? Omni, Damien. Hey, Omni, Thesis snuck his way in. Yes, he does. I'm dotty about polkas, possibly every pointless. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. Hugs. It's okay, but thank you. I have an idea for the Unimind. Anyone know Blender? It is on my to-do list because my current favorite rendering program, I have to use a very old version of to avoid certain licensing issues. But if somebody's out there, we can check. The only Blender I know is the one in the kitchen. Ba-doom-cha! Caught an old radio show on the player, Damien. Do you play those often? Ooh, I love old radio shows. Still trying to find time to learn that software. And looked at Blender, though not used. Sounds like a lot of people are going to mess with it. We play everything all the time. Which show was it? Gonna have to look into that too. Links, people! Omniversal, you, sir, have a wrench. You see that little wrench on your screen? That means you can put the link to your player or whatever. Do so. Promote thyself. Here, wait. I got one. I got this. I just gotta find it. No. Aha! What do you mean you don't promote yourself? Check out Wallace face there. Cracking toast, Gromit. Anyway. Lots of stuff on Blender Discord. I am slowly navigating Discord, though I spend more time on Reddit because Reddit is home. Reddit is good. I love Reddit. Although the moderators, the nerf mods on Reddit need to cool their freaking jets. Okay? A couple of those dudes, like, there's this stuff called grass. Touch it. Hi, Ann. We got tired of replacing or decalcifying coffee makers, so we went to bottled water for coffee. I know, but I haven't had coffee in a very long time, and I am in the I need my chicory coffee. It's like, but Nick, you've had some caffeine and stuff. I am aware. I simply like the flavor. And it's too early. I can't get rid of my dandelions when they come up because I'm sorry, I just watched Bread and Trey both watch the single brain cell that normally goes around the orange cats go passing by, and they both looked up in awe and wonder. Such a powerful brain cell. Anyway, Omniversal, I'm going to be try to get those coasters printed for you tomorrow. I think I found a good size that will fit the majority of mugs. Rock on. Trey says, I didn't catch the beginning, sadly. I'm a sucker for them. There were scientists walking through walls. I was hoping there might be a set time for them. I would catch more. Oh, okay. I had to catch back because, guys, it's 2025. If I found out, yeah, they're scientists and they can walk through walls. Okay. So alien tech, huh? Groovy. But yeah, and my squee cannot be remade, but we need it preserved. More than likely, it was Dimension X. I'm planning on programming for the weekend. Would you like to hear more DX? I need the link, sir. I doubt my little recorder can match the whole squee. Imitate a squee? Let me get my guitar and max out the gain on my hand. Absolutely, it's great. I greened room Nick. So hard. So very hard. Yes. Yes, foxes hear dog whistles. Yes. We usually do all-day marathon of something on Saturday, starting at 8. Tomorrow, Radio Free Omniverse present Dimension X, all 46 episodes of the classic old-time radio show. Oh, do I have Saturday plans? If I don't, I might have Saturday plans. Because I love the overnight old-time radio streams, especially the old horror ones. And what was it? Detective Diamond Mysteries, where they always ended up with him singing with his girlfriend and the neighbors getting mad about it. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Yes, there's more to old-time radio than who knows what evil lurks in the hearts and minds of men. The shadow knows. I would imagine so. I know I can. And I know what I'll be listening to tomorrow. Thanks for letting me know. Ultrasonics figure in Artemis 81, a BBC drama of yestercentury. That sounds familiar to me. I'm an old BBC nut. Accountability. Oh, Prime has Sapphire and Steel. If you know, you know. David McCallum. Anyway, that sounds like it could be an interesting show. Accountability. Beck is feeling better after the weather equalized and the massage yesterday. Yep. Going to the next comment. Right there. Right there. Just whew. If anyone else is interested in old-time radio, as well as over 100 years of music, visit radiofreeomniverse.com. Thank you, sir. So today, going to rest it a bit. Sounds good. Oh, good. I was going to ask about your back. Smile. Movie. Go. Cool Omni. I've started listening to it when I'm in my office working on stuff. Glad you're doing better, Don. I saw that knife cigar cutter. Neat. Okay, cool. We take requests, so let me know what you want to hear. I don't mess with tornadoes. If one pops up, more seem to appear. Too many close calls. Okay, I may have a history of politely talking to storms and occasionally convincing them to just, this is not the area you're looking for. Move along. But then I have a history that I'm not going to tell. Because if I tell you my history, you'll all get the C word back out and start waving it around. Kaboom! I don't know what that explosion was, but... Oh, and Chris and bro, what? Oh, what it was an old cap gun ring, but because my dad was in Vietnam, I never was allowed toys that looked like actual firearms. So I didn't know what it was. Being me, I thought it looked like a set of rocket boosters, very Last Starfighter. But it wouldn't have been that big a deal, except it was in a metal reverberating box that was pointed at me. So, yeah, that was what was in the cup. And hi, Black Undetected. Good to see you. Were previously undetected. Only you, Nick. Exploding desk and hey, undetected. Hey, dope. So, it's all good. Hey, Chris. Desk jaw. Oh, wow. 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 Again, I'm going to go in downshift. It was the ammo for a cap gun, red plastic ring with white powder inside. When the hammer hits it, it would make bang and a puff of smoke. My babies! Oh, dear Lord. I would not want to encounter any powder I found in the bottom of a red Solo cup. Powder in a red Solo cup in Michigan City could be all kinds of things. Too true. Grass or grass? Either if it chills them the freak out. Go. I can't remember the word they used for saying that my title was bad. They didn't like the title to I have a Nerf question about this. Gregarious. It's like, not gregarious. That doesn't make sense. But it was a word that sounds like that. It's going to come in the back of my mind. Egregiously. For egregiously offensive titles. I'm like, how is saying I have a question about Nerf blasters and egregious? Yeah. It's probably help if both, possibly. There was a single piece of fur Brett and I were tracking. Ah, that explains a lot. I'm sorry, when the assorted predators in my life lock on to a single target, I pay attention. It's like, I will tell you this, if you ever have chickens, they are complete idiot goofballs until they see something they decide is prey. And to see like 5 or 6 bantam chickens, little harmless guys doing their little and go, suddenly they all remember that they are descendants of raptors and rexes. And they get the little head bob thing. I'm like, that was creepy. I did not need that in my morning. I found some interesting Ian M. Banks culture series stuff on Reddit this morning. Oh, that sounds fascinating. So the scientists turned them into cats so they could go through walls. I have a cousin far, far away. I haven't seen him in years and years and years. When he was a little guy. Back then, he went by Topher instead of Christopher. But I refer to him as Topher the Ghost because Topher the Ghost walks through walls. And what I mean by that is one day he was running at a wall in his house and didn't stop and went right through the drywall, managed to be between the two 4x4s, and came out the drywall on the other side giggling. As a little guy. Speaking of promoting yourself, that's the link for Thesis's upcoming program. And it is not, as my brain tried to tell me, a Klingon swear word. Haha, Trey, I get that. And Paul Temple, amazing old-time radio show. Ooh, Sapphire and Steel, brilliant. I am of an era of loving things like Red Dwarf, Blake 7, Sapphire and Steel. Oh. I'm sorry, Don, your comment won't come up. It seems to be failing. My dad was the same way, also a Vietnam vet. Makes sense. Hey, Chris, didn't see you sneak in. Last Starfire? CGI rendered from AutoCAD? Oh my gosh, if you get a chance to see how they rendered the CGI on Last Starfire on a Starfighter on a dedicated box with knobs like an Etch-a-Sketch to turn the render. I'm sorry, we seem to be having difficulty with that. I don't quite know how that's going on. Anyway, hey, Chris, didn't see you sneak in. Oh, sorry. Did y'all see Joe Dog acquired a ginger with thumbs? Were they from 50 Shades of Grey? Anyway, I didn't, Dawn. We have one of those. Her name is Goose. That is adorable. My cats do not have thumbs, but sort of do. Like, a couple of them have a little streak of genetics from the Maine Coon that lives in town. It's big enough, I think the town might have been built around the cat. But, it's so cute. Sock last night. I was not sociable last night. Hence I'm going to do drills and listen to motivational music till, I look like I have ingested, some gamma irradiated formula for a bit. But happy Friday! Ooh, Cindy's here. I get to do this. Yes. Scrolling. Keep this line scrolling. And we're back. All righty, let's see. I tried to get the comment up there, Dawn. What are you talking? Oh, now your comment's falling off. It seems like there's some kind of mechanical error. Anyway, hi, Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Hey. Troy, thanks for trying. Fenord, that comment is not available for you, citizen. Fenord. Anyway. And that's another obscure reference. You guys can have fun with that. Check out stories and information to help people be safely dangerous. Amazon.com/store/Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert. Yep, I have a lot of stuff. I have new stuff planned to come on down the pipe. Art to be had at deviantart.com/Nick T. I need to update that. Tune in to Nevermind the Furthermore at youtube.com/watch. And then that's the link for this channel being shown now because she likes to defund causality. Seriously, guys, I love Cindy Koepp, but take a look at her picture. Go ahead. Tell me she's not a Time Lord. You know, I've never seen Cindy Koepp and the Doctor in the same place. She could just be the Doctor or yet another Time Lord. I like to think of her as Romana 3. Wow, I'm just dropping the obscure today. Anyway, hey, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. And patreon.com/The Historical Fencing Guild to help support Nick's martial activities. Yes! The voting should be closing very soon on what you guys want me to acquire. I'm sorry, I just saw a comment pop up. Because it will either be a small coal/charcoal forge, a throatless Beverly shear, and I'm currently researching which of the two kinds, because there's the kind that my buddy Jesse, may he rest in peace, had, and then there's another kind that's significantly cheaper. But it may be one of those where it's worth it to wait a month or two to get the money and take my money from my books that I often put into guild stuff and throw in there to acquire. Haven't quite decided yet, as I still have to double check my stock and, order prep for IndieCD.con, coming to Fowler, Indiana, March 8th. More news next week. Hi, Cindy Koepp. Howdy. Is Cindy the master? I will tell you that the current event has me, current events have me looking for competent rulership. I'm not even worried if they're evil, but could they just be competent? Once again, I find myself going, if Burt Gummer won't run next time, can we just have Dr. Doom for president? Because, then at least we know where he stands. And I've said it before, I will say it again, Doom did nothing wrong. It's that fool Richard's fault. Anyhow, and Cindy says, of lunacy, maybe. Dun, dun, dun. And the Hysterical Fencing Guild is here. YouTube.com/The Historical Fencing Guild. I will be there at 8 o'clock tonight doing a stream where I will either be answering questions or leather crafting. Probably answering questions. I do have some things I need to talk about. We'll see. There's always swords and shenanigans up on that channel. Oh, deny the evidence. That's just what the master would say. How else do I sneak up on you guys? I'm just envisioning Cindy Koepp leading an army of Daleks to do the things, and it's just like, you will not litter. Litter will be exterminated. Exterminate! Sorry. When I say I have an anger problem, it's of the breed where climbing into a tube and unleashing destruction on everything and everyone around me seems like a really good idea. Or as, the quote says, you would have made an excellent Dalek. Yes, I actually do a decent Dalek voice. Anyway, Indie Comics, you can find them on Madness Entertainment Group. Brian is home and recovering. Amazon.com/Brian K. Morris. Oh, thank you. If I tried that noise, I'd set off a coughing fit. Now, I do want to talk to you guys. And that is Brian K. Morris, the man, the myth, the legend, the one who is responsible for this show existing, from whom I took the mantle of Nevermind the Furthermore from. Head of the original Rising Tide group. I think right now he may be feeling a little underappreciated. And because he's been so ill, these things happen. But please, one, I have a large majority of his books on my shelf. And I have some of them on my to be read pile, some of them on my, I'm reading it again. But you have others. I know, but reach out to Brian, check on him. Now would be a great time to order books from Brian if you haven't. I'm going to pull out my crystal ball in just a second, but I want to chat the rest of these comments and we'll go. Let's see. That was confusingly good. Anytime I hear the master, all I can think of is the last dragon. Who's the master? I am. Show enough! Oh, wait. T? YouTube.com/@LayThesis. So glad Ryan is doing well. So am I. I come back from the washroom and Nick is now a Dalek. Now a Dalek? Now a Dalek? Let me explain. If you ask me who I would love to be able to cosplay and haven't been able to cosplay, it would be either a Dalek or Kosh from Babylon 5. I would be much happier cosplaying a Dalek or Kosh from Babylon 5 at like a major convention, because then I would be large and imposing and wouldn't be able to see anyone. And as I am not terribly large and very rarely imposing, at least in this presentation of my mojo, it would be a nice change. Even though I don't know him, I'm glad he's doing well. Incredible. Just downloaded The Fighting Axe. I hope you enjoy it. All the books I write are set to be survey courses on the subject. They are a lot of fun. If you have any questions, requests, please reach out. With The Fighting Axe and the later Simple Spear, I was switching format to make the books easier, more accessible, and cheaper, because I made the mistake of adding color for clarity in the diagrams of the Simple Sword. And by doing that, the diagrams work how I wanted, but Amazon charges me like I have done the full book in all color, like photographs, for the author side of the cost of the books. So I have to keep that much higher than I would prefer. I will tell you, I make the exact same profit on the Simple Sword, or very close to, as I make on the Fighting Axe, to tell you the cost difference in printing. So please enjoy that book. If there's anything, like I said, if there's anything I can ever do to be of service, ask here or ask on the Historical Fencing Guild channel tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Because I went south and west to get on the Eastern time zone. Only in Indiana, folks. Check out dyslexia got hold of me. Yes, I have to do Full Metal Alchemy just to be able to realign straight sometimes. Check out http://birdnerdproductions.etsy.com so I can traffic from someone who isn't a scammer. I actually do check your site fairly regularly and share it around. I will do so more, Cindy, because it is a wonderful source of access to your awesomeness. Been thinking a lot about it, BKM. Reach out to him, like today. Just reach out to the man. Going to Waukee High School tomorrow around noonish to see Shadow Fist. Oh, go to. She's commanding us. Shadow Fist, Kung Fu, and Tai Chi. Do a lion dance and demo. I hope it is recorded. I love lion dances. Never seen one in person, but they are incredible on screen. It is magical to see in person, Thesis. It really is. The kids are doing one tomorrow. Rock on. Although I thought the video of robots doing a lion dance this week that was uncomfortable. I know the video of which you speak. Hey, look. We may have a dystopia, but at least it's the option for cyberpunk dystopia. And LEDs can be added to clothing relatively easily nowadays. There is nothing stopping you at this point from dressing basically how you want when you're not in a work environment. Keep that in mind. And for some reason, I had the image of a whole bunch of people in in full cyberpunk gear, but listening to a playlist that sounds like it came from a 1950s sock hop, because that's the kind of place my brain wanders to. After last year's mishap, Sifu decided to give the kids a chance to be a lion. So there's a teen operating the head and a slightly younger gal doing the tail. Rock on. Robots? How peculiar. Thank you. You're more than welcome, man. And kids dancing sounds adorable. Robots sound awful. It's those robot dogs. You know, the bootleg Boston Dynamic dogs that everybody ripped off. The ones they mount flamethrowers on. They made little Chinese lion costumes to go over them, and they're dancing in front of people. And again, I feel it in my black little heart, because you know what? They're thinking softly. Exterminate. All will submit to the Daleks. Anyway. I'm sorry I have to say this. Cybermen are better than Daleks at one thing. Dying. Anyway. Sorry. I almost want to be a Dalek VTuber, but do all the other VTuber tropes. So it's just a Dalek with cat ears wedged on. Hello and welcome to the show. Subscribe, donate. Anyway. Darn, I'm out of rake, so I'll have to catch up to you later. Check out Books and Custom Dragons at http://CKOEPP.com. The only robots are the ones that do around me are the ones. Okay, the only robots I want around me are the ones that do chores around the house. I have no problem with that. However, the chores around my house may be a bit more esoteric. And Amanda says that's fine as long as they mow the lawn and do the dishes. Anyway, see you later, Cindy, and have a good day. We tried to record last year's demo. Some gooberhead tried to start parked directly in front of the camera. That's why tasers were invented. Nick, be good. I do not condone tasing people in public. That was, for legal reasons and for the interests of YouTube, a joke. Much love to everyone. Have a great weekend. Got to buckle down and get it done. That's what we're all about here. Just bringing a little bit of positivity and silliness and shenanigans. Have a good weekend, Cindy. Someone pointed to the camera and asked him to move, and he wouldn't. I have a right to stand here. This is why portable forges are so wonderful. See, you just go to your car, you bring out your crank-powered coal forge, light it, crank it up a couple times, not to full heat, half heat will be sufficient. And you put in the custom, your number one brand in there, get it nice and cherry, and just label him for everyone else's safety. Again, YouTube, that is called a joke, hyperbole. I would never brand people in public. I would. That's something that would be handled, well, much like a scene I'm planning for towards the end of Haints and Hellfire 2. I just have to get towards it. And right now, my beta readers aren't beta reading, and I am at a writer block, so I am suffering. Anyway, I need to get going. A lot to do today. Happy Friday, and a great start to your weekend, everybody. I would rather see humans doing a lion dance than see little robot dogs hopping around. Well, that makes sense. Have a good day, Chris. And if we're going to have that, why can't we have our giant holographic fish? I mean, that's part of the deal. If we have to deal with a cybernetic, a dystopian future, I get my giant holographic fish swimming through the city and at least a 50% chance of some variant of Catgirl, possibly in tanks. Have a good day, Chris. Sad unsee. Inigo keeps looking at the TV like, what? Over the Dalek voice? Oh my God. E-Girl Dalek. Oh, wow. I should not laugh at my own jokes, but that was funny and I regret nothing. Oh, don't forget me, oh Dalek. You will be among the last to be exterminated. Foxy, have you learned nothing from the saga of Jeff? We don't need robots doing chores. Roomba-chan. Ah, yes, the future Mrs. Thorne. I hope Roomba-chan is doing well wherever she is. I think it's on the Stam Fine channel, where he sings and makes Daleks sing popular songs. I have seen some of them. Bye, folks. See ya. And guys, I know I'm running late, so I'm going to run some ads and wrap this up. Then go over to Daphne and Nita's shows on the Indie Comics Network and all that. Say hi. They could use the positive support. I'm not speaking out of turn. And buy Ego Raven, because Daphne's stuff is freaking incredible. Again, not sponsored, just awesome people I know. Awesome people like...
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
And let's see. We'll run this one because it's got smooth music.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
And yes, folks, that's what we're all about here, encouraging art and creativity and improvement and, honest, open assessment of who we are and what we're doing, because you can't get better if you're not honest with yourself. And sometimes that's hard because you have to look at unpleasantness. And sometimes that's hard because we're trained not to see the good in ourselves, only in others. But everyone in my feed is an amazing person. I don't have people who don't have talent and a sense of goodness and service to them. They just don't last long around me. But we're going into the weekend, which for most of us who are creatives means actual work. We do the job that we do to eat, and then we do the job on the weekend that we do to live. So live well, my friends. Keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating, because when you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. Toodles.
That's all, folks.